This morning I had a jinx round my bed. Yeah, I was thinking about you and him. It's enough to kill me dead. Yeah, what's the matter, baby? What you want me now? What you want me to do? Better now, honey. Oh, what you want for me? What you want me to do, baby? You know I done all I could. Now I'm trying to get along with you. Well, the blues, now the blues, low down aching, it's a low down aching chill. That blue to just a low down old aching chill. Why, if you ain't never had 'em, I just hope you never will. All right, pound it down now. Beat that thing, boy. Not too much, it might hurt. Be so hard. It's now, honey, you know, soon gonna be hard, baby. Every dog on the highway got bone in your backyard. Oh, they do. Well, the blues, now the blues, low down aching, it's a low down aching heart disease. That blue to just it's a worried old heart disease. Why, that woman you've been loving now, why she's so hard to please. But you wonder how I know. Come on now, man. Oh, slap it down now. Oh, just like Willie Brown. Now, baby, but I can make you, yeah, I can make you change your mind. It's now, honey, you know you can change your mind. You can change your mind, baby. I'll look back and smiling now. I'll be right behind. Oh, you know I will. Them Jinx Blues looking down at you now. Thank you so much, and welcome to Leon's Lounge here. That's right, and coming to you wherever you are in the world, from beautiful downtown, midtown, southtown. Guess we're on the Southtown, aren't we here? Southtown, Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, right here. That's right. Come on, baby. I like to drive them big-ass Lincolns, and every year or so I go down to Texas and I get myself another one of them big things, and I like to come down Will Rogers Turnpike and try out the new motor just to see how it runs, And there's a sheriff there. Sheriff named Charlie James, that's right. likes to hang around now, right around the big Indian smoke shop place there with the neon sign and them smoke rings that blow all night long. He hide behind that sign with his cruiser, you know. He's got a soft spot for big Lincoln automobiles. And I come rolling by in my big new car, and yeah, one of these hiding back there tonight. Come on, baby. See it in my rearview mirror coming up in the darkness there. Looks like a UFO coming up behind the car. Yeah, man, he's got the discos on now. Yeah, he's coming up there. Oh, I'd like to see your license and registration, son. I was afraid he was going to ask something like that, you know. If you see Charlie James coming down that road, don't tell him now where I go. I had a whole lot of trouble since I seen you last. Can't tell my future, you know I won't tell my past. Said hey, yeah, hey. Oh Lord, I can't tell my future, sure won't tell my past. Come on, Charlie. Well, old judge, if you see me levy down no fine, bang on a hammer, lay out 99. Bang on a hammer, lay out 99. He's a bad old judge. Yeah, come on. See, if you see Charlie James now, he's coming down that road, well, don't you tell him where I go. Had a whole lot of money I lost. It ain't that sad. I had a gang of women run around to drive me wild, saying, hey, yeah, hey, ah, Lord, yeah, now, mama, Lord, Lord, yeah, now, mama, Lord, Lord. If you see Charlie James and he's coming down that road, oh Lord, don't you tell him now where I go. Had a whole lot of trouble since I seen you last. I can't tell my future, you know I won't tell my past. Can't tell my future, oh, I won't tell my past. Can't tell my future, you know I won't tell my past. Charlie James looking down at you now. Charlie James is blues, yeah. All right, Charlie James, come on. Yeah, baby. All right. Thanks so much. Right now, I'm going to take you on a little journey with me. Take you down to Mississippi for a while. Back, I used to live in Hollandale, Mississippi, just a little place about an hour and a half south of Memphis on the old Highway 61. It's probably about 30 minutes on the new road, but that's where we were out there in the Delta. Sometimes in the good weather, sometimes we'd go up to the hill country there. We'd have what they call a fish fry in those parts. Mind you, I never did see any fish at one of these things. Mostly just egg salad sandwiches. Pies, lots of pies, and Jell-O things, and all them wild southern nuclear colors like they got down there, you know. You can't get colors like that in Canada, that's right. Oh, yeah. Mississippi, you know, is a state where every woman's got a kitchen full of Jell-O molds, and she's not afraid to use them either, yeah. Get down that church picnic on Sunday morning, and them Jell-O things are out there on the table, baby. And you know they're quivering in the wind, quivering Jell-Os, quivering Jell-O out there on the table. That's right, Pentecostal Jell-O rolling around now, speaking in tongues. Yeah, Lord, Lord, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Well, if you could tear yourself away from the Jell-O table for a while, get around the other side of that building. Well, sometimes an old man would show up there, carrying himself a big old bass drum now, just about as big as he was. Pretty soon he commenced now. He commenced pounding on that sucker some now, strolling up and down that field out there in the hot sun, pounding on that big old bass drum, and sweat coming down his brow and the dust coming up off his feet there. And sometimes he'd be joined by an older woman playing on a homemade flute that she had, and together they'd stroll up and down that field out there in the hot sun, and the dust coming up off their feet there, and the sweat coming down their brow. And wouldn't take long now till the old people, they start to get up in ones and twos and stroll along behind, up and down that field out there in the hot sun, strolling, yeah, yeah. Years later, I try to remember what it sounded like out there that day. I remember the sound of the birds in the trees. I remember the taste of the dust hanging in the air, and I think I remember what it sounded like out there, like that. Sound like this now. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Do that again, man. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Years later, I had a gig up in Marietta, Georgia. Used to play at the service club there for the boys, and they're a pretty good bunch of guys. They always treat me right, you know, but there were two guys who'd hang out there. These were the sharp-dressed men, you know, the ones who bought me that single malt scotch I like to drink. And one day I found out what they did to make the money to buy me those expensive drinks, and I remembered that old hill country beat, and I went back and I wrote this song for them. Put on your Mondays, baby. Put on your Monday clothes now, now. Put on your Mondays, baby. Gonna be digging and narrowing, digging and narrow, digging a narrow house. Yeah, you're gonna dig in a narrow and digging and narrow and digging a narrow house. Yeah, you're going digging a narrow and digging a narrow and digging a narrow house. Sure enough. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Get out your silver now. Get out your silver spade, yeah, yeah. Get out your silver, baby. Plant that bitter, not just, plant the bitter. Plant that bitter seed. Oh, sea. Sure. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Big sky turning now. Big sky turning round. There's a big sky turning, baby. Go be morning it. Go be morning it. Go be morning soon. Oh, you know, go be morning it. Go be morning. Oh, go be morning soon. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Come on. Put on your Mondays, baby. Put on your Monday clothes now, now. Put on your Mondays, baby. Gonna be digging a narrow, digging a narrow and digging a narrow house. Oh, you're going digging a narrow and digging a narrow and digging a narrow house. Yeah, you're going digging a narrow and digging a narrow, digging a narrow house. Hey, you go digging a narrow and digging a narrow, digging a narrow house. Sure, baby. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Thanks so much. Well, it's great to be here tonight. Isn't it nice to have live music back even a little bit? And even if there's like, yeah, there's some folks sitting at home somewhere tonight listening to us, maybe later on down the road, and it's almost live at your house, but you know, it's going to come back again everywhere soon. Just keep on being safe, and we'll get back to the lives that we like to have. I get to travel around a lot in my life. I've spent my whole life as a traveler. And I've been to places both big and small. More small places than big places, you know. And I noticed that the small places are getting smaller these past few years. Well, the big places are getting bigger. And we're losing a lot of things in the small places. Ways of life. If you come from a small place, you probably have more things in common with other people who live in other small places than you have differences. You know, you might flavor the food differently or something, but if you come from a small place, you understand other people in other small places where they just have one industry or something, and life can be precarious, and you got to count on your neighbors. You got to know who they are. This is a song about the loss of the good things in the small places. It's called The Bone Train. Riding on a bone train, blood of the highway. Lord, I'm burning now in the Delta rain. Got a mojo working, I feel the power. I don't know if I make it through the day. Riding on a bone train, cross the river. Yeah, that muddy mold awakened in the haze. Bone train, yeah. Riding on bone train. Riding on bone train. a memory when we were young and listened to the night. Now listen to the rhythm of a cold steel highway. It's counting out the distance in the gloom, riding on a bone train through a station now. Yeah, that Southern Cross is twisted on the line. Bone train, riding on a bone train. I'm riding on a bone train. Riding on a bone train, preacher's waiting, yeah, for one last call, try and save a soul. Call on Jesus, ah, that's a true foundation. Yeah, but in the end, she's going down to stay. Riding on a bone train, back to mama. There ain't no one else about to share the pain. Bone train, riding on a bone train, riding on a bone train. Come on, boy. Riding on a bone train, doors are closing. I guess I won't be back this way again. Standing in the shadow of a cotton depot. Yeah, that rusty tin is shaking in the wind. Bone train, riding on a bone train. Riding on a bone train. Riding on a bone train, blood of the highway. Lord, I'm burning now in the Delta rain. I got a mojo working, I feel the power. Lord, I don't know if I make it through the day. Bone train, riding on a bone train, riding on a bone train. I'm riding on a bone train, riding on a bone train. Well, about the first time I left home and didn't get brought back the next day by the police or local social agency, I hitchhiked to a little town in Georgia, and I was on a mission to try and find old-time blues players that nobody had ever heard of before, you know. I had a friend who'd done that, and he was a couple years older than me, and he discovered some people who hadn't been heard of in 20 or 30 years at least, and I wanted to do that too. So there I was, getting out my ride on the first intersection, coming into America's Georgia. And it was easy in those days because there was only one intersection coming into town. Got out my ride there, and there to my amazement, there to my astonishment, on the opposite corner from me, there's an old man standing there. Old black man is standing on the corner there, and he's got a guitar in his hand. And he's got a tin can nailed on the end because he's blind and he can't see it. He's out there on the street playing for money. Old black blind man standing on the street there, playing on the street, and he's got a slide on his finger like that too. Just like that. Yeah. And he's really good. So I thought to myself, well, this is easy. These guys are everywhere. You just go out and they're waiting to be discovered, you know. I thought I'd listen to them for a few minutes and then I'd go on and make some more discoveries that day. And I stood there and listened to him for a while, and he's playing away and playing away and playing away and playing away, and suddenly stopped. He stopped like that, yeah. And he shouted at me from across the street. He said, "Come over here." That's right, the blind man is shouting at me. I go walking across the street there, and I stood in front of him, and he stood in front of me, and we stood there in front of each other for just a little while, nose to nose, toes to toes, right there out on the street like that, you know. And then he spoke to me, and he said something that I've never forgotten all my years of traveling around the world. He said to me, he said, "Son, does your mother know where you are?" Yeah, that old man, he took me home, cooked dinner for me, telephoned my mother to tell her where I was. And on the way, he told me how he just got back from the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival. So I knew I hadn't discovered anybody new either. I discovered somebody I should have known about all along. He was an old man playing his last few shows, and I was a young man playing my first few shows. And we got to be friends. And last time I saw him, he played songs for me. He said, "Doc, I'm not going to play these songs too much more. Maybe when you travel the world in your life, maybe sometimes you might remember these songs and play some for people and tell them that you learned how from the Reverend Pearlie Brown." And I always play one for Pearlie. It's a mean old world now to try to live in. Well, it's a mean old world to try to live in. Whoa, it's a mean try to live in. Just a mean old world to try to live in. So now don't you take nobody for to be your friend. Well, don't you take now nobody, Lord, for to be your friend. Well, they're gonna learn your secret. Yeah, they're gonna turn their back on you. Oh, don't take now nobody for to be your friend. It's a mean old world to try to live in. Well, it's a mean old world now to try to live in. Oh, it's a mean just a mean old world to try to live in. Thank you so much. And now it's time. It's time to introduce Stella. 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 Direct from the pages of Bondo Bill's Bible of Love. You guys are not a theater audience. Stella. Stella's the party girl in the band. She doesn't play any songs about death and dismemberment, things like that, you know? The only review that Blues Review magazine ever did for me was they covered extensive coverage of an album, and they said that all my songs were about death and dismemberment. And I met the editor at our conference later, and I told him, I said, you know, Chip, I got songs about heartbreak and disappointment and addiction and all kinds of other cool things, you know. It's like, but Stella doesn't play those kinds of songs because she's a party girl. That's right. What you got, baby? Oh, no, not that one. Are you kidding me? All right. You can shake it, break it, hang it on a wall, throw it out the window, catch for a fall. You can break it, you can hang it on the wall. I don't want no jelly roll on my jelly, my roll. Baby, don't you let it fall. Shake it, break it, hang it on the wall, throw it out the window, catch for a fall. You can break it, you can hang it on the wall. I don't want no jelly roll on my jelly, my roll. Baby, don't you let it fall. Well, scratch it, nab it, and bite it, and twist it anyway. Honey, I love to get it. Oh, my right mind. Well, I might be worried sometime, but a jelly, my roll. Baby, don't you let it fall. Well, I ain't got nobody here but me and myself, and I stay blue all the time. When the sun go down, but a jelly, my roll. Baby, don't you let it fall. Shake it and break it and hang it on the wall. Throw it out the window, catch for it fall. You can break it, you can hang it on the wall. I don't want no jelly roll on my jelly, my roll. Baby, don't you let it fall. Oh, scratch it, nab it, and bite it, and twist it anyway. Honey, I love to get it. Oh, my right mind. Well, I might be worried sometime, but a jelly, my roll. Baby, don't you let it fall. Well, I went to town and I fooled around and I leaving town all around and round, but a jelly, my roll. Baby, don't you let it fall. Shake it and break it, hang it on the wall. Throw it out the window, baby, catch for a fall. You can break it, you can hang it on the wall. I don't want no jelly roll on my jelly, my roll. Baby, don't you let it fall. Well, I ain't got nobody here but me and myself, and I stay blue all the time. When the sun go down, but a jelly, my roll. Baby, don't you let it fall. Shake it and break it and hang it on the wall. Throw it out the window, catch for it fall. You can break it, you can hang it on the wall. I don't want no jelly roll on my jelly, my roll. Baby, don't you let it fall. Shake it and break it, hang it on the wall. Throw it out the window, now catch for it fall. You can break it, you can hang it on the wall. I don't want no jelly roll on my jelly, my roll. Baby, don't you let it. Ha, don't you let it. I mean, don't let it. No, don't you let it. Jelly Roll Blues by the late, great Charlie Patton, recorded on the 27th day of November 1927 in Grafton, Wisconsin for the OK Record Company. Stella! 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 Yeah! Stella! Bring it on. Careful, it'll go to her head. Yeah. All right, let's see here. All right. Well, I play a lot in Africa these days. In Africa, I've got a lot of explaining to do, you know, because people ask me, Doc, first world blues? What is this first world blues? You kidding? First world blues, Doc? Come on, man, what is first world blues? You know, it's like, Yeah, you got a point there to say, well, you know, people in America get sad sometimes. You know, there's not enough holidays sometimes, and it bums people out. They have to invent new ones. You know, National Secretaries Week and things like that. And where else in the world would you have a holiday dedicated to scaring the bejesus out of small children? I mean, think about it. Yeah, we'll have a holiday and just terrify them for their whole childhood. Oh, Billy, it's dark in that room there. There might be somebody hiding in your closet. Just make him pee himself every night before he goes to bed. Yeah. I couldn't be here for Halloween, but here's a little gothic Delta blues. I'll leave the broadcast with first part of the broadcast with this beautiful little selection here. I hope you find it beautiful too. As beautiful as death and dismemberment and homicide can be. Yeah. A few years ago, I had a chance to go up and play high above the Arctic Circle. I went up to Tuktoyaktuk on the ice roads, and I played at a bonfire on the banks of the Arctic Ocean. And after time, people drifted away. Just me and an old man left standing there next to the fire. And he told me a story that night. He told me how long ago, in times of famine, the hunter saw fresh tracks out there in the open snow, and he headed out across the ice after that animal. And he knew he did not catch it out there that night. He would surely perish. He would perish himself out there on the ice. Hour after hour, he followed those tracks till the moon shone down, till the moon shone down on the open snow. And he noticed that there was a second set of tracks running next to the animal tracks, and they seemed to look a lot like his own. Indianola, Mississippi, late November, at a time when the fog rolls in off the cypress swamps and the animals make strange noises on the night. The musician steps outside the Blue Biscuit nightclub for a cigarette. There under the neon sign stands a woman. She said, I ain't never seen a man like you. Downtown liquor and your fancy city shoes. I bet you like your women like you like your down-home blues. I bet I like to do them things you like to do. The moon looked like a pinball now, breaking up the Delta sky, dreaming in the field mud and flashing in her eye. Baby, take a walk with me. Baby, come on now and take a walk with me. muddy night. She drifted by me easy, riding on her pride. Said she'd take a minute start, running from the light. If I could catch her in the pine, I could have her as I might. And cruel was the mud as I tried to take a trail. Lost her in the Frenchman's bog, and the wind began to wail. Baby, oh, take a walk with me. Baby, now, oh, take a walk with me. Baby got a heart now like railroad steel, cold in the middle now like a driving of the wheel. But the more she wiggle now, you know, better it feel. And there ain't nothing like her, she's a real good deal. Now, baby, come on, take a walk with me. By the time I found her shoes, I was soaking wet. I was cursing out for playing on such a bet. I turned and tried to run as her traces grew. 4 feet running now instead of only 2. Dark was the night, cold was the ground. I felt her reaching for me, I was frozen by the sound. Baby, oh, take a walk with me. Baby, come on now and take a walk with me. Well, I found her in the brush by the junction line. They never found her body, weren't for lack of trying. Her dress torn and twisted like a rope left behind. Wrap around my neck and tie me to her side. And the hangman's bride is restless for the flame. Slip the noose upon me and I hear her call again. Baby, oh, now take a walk with me. Baby, come on now and take a walk with me. Baby got a heart now like railroad steel, cold in the middle now like a driving of the wheel. But the more she wiggle now, you know, better it feel. And there ain't nothing like her, she's a real good deal. Hey baby, come on now and oh, take a walk with me. Come on baby, take a walk with me. She said, I ain't never seen a man like you. Downtown liquor and fancy city shoes. And the footprints in the mud resembled his own. Yeah, man. It's a mission. Thank you.